Good morning, traders. Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we hop on these charts on this beautiful Monday, May 11th, make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading is risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is suggestion or recommendation. Do anything at all. Make sure you always do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Trading is extremely risky. Most traders do lose money. If you trade, you're probably going to lose all your money. It's a crazy thing to do. Also, read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even if funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer. This is I stand to make money from links and codes in my content. Let's hop on futures code RDF, Bookmap, Lucid, and others. Can't be unbiased if I stand to make money. Important for me to note that for you to do your own research and make your own decisions. Chat, what's going on, guys? How are we doing today? Market's getting ready to open up in just a couple minutes here. I'm checking to make sure we are live across. We are good, man. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Market's opening up right here, right now. Let's hop on these dang charts if we can get it rolling. There we go. We are ready to rip. Pushing to the upside right off the bat on YM. We'll get some good mornings going in just a moment here, guys. We'll get some good mornings going here in just a moment. I am ready to trade here. Ready to trade. We got some stuff to talk about, too. We got some prop firm deals. We got some accounts coming back from some prop firms. I'm excited to talk with you guys. Watching NQ and YM off the open, looking for my mean reversion style play on YM. If you are in the Discord, you got my Sunday levels email last night. You got a chart from NQ, a chart on YM with not only discretionary levels, prior week's volume profile levels, prior week highs and lows, value area highs and lows, volume point of control. As far as, you know, the macro side, I did do a little bit more extended write-up yesterday coming into this open because we just have so much going on, man. So much going on. If you're not in the free Discord, link is pinned to the top of the chat. Hop in. You're asked to verify your email, and then you'll get an email from me every now and then. I'm pretty infrequent. I try not to spam anybody's email. I don't like when people do that to me. I think the last time I sent an email was like 2 weeks ago, before yesterday. Let's see what we're looking at, man. Cracking pre-market high. Didn't want the short right off of this level, although that is starting to play out right back to VWAP here. Let's talk markets here, guys. We'll get good mornings in a minute. Throw your good mornings in the chat. I'll try to say it back to you. Keep everybody happy here. Yeah, interesting, man. Interesting open. Gap down and gap fill on YM. Gap down and gap fill on NQ. NQ pushing to all-time highs immediately off the open. Ready to blast off. Just taking a look at this bad boy, guys. So here's what I'm looking at on YM. Very different structure than NQ, obviously, right? We're getting pretty dang choppy in here. Getting very choppy in here. If we look at this on the weekly, which I don't usually do, just to give you a frame of reference of how different this is than NQ, much more indecisive, right? Like still bullish, still pushing, you know, prior week highs. Not incredibly strong, not like NQ, right? Look at NQ, you know, week over week over week. Absolutely insane. If we come down to the daily on YM, take a look for this mean reversion style play. We got room, right? We're definitely looking bullish. We're starting to consolidate here. I am cautious that we just break and run in one direction. Like maybe we go and catch up on ES and YM. I don't think that's completely abnormal to expect to say, hey, these guys are lagging. You know, semiconductors are bringing this thing, you know, to the upside really, really aggressively. YM's going to catch up soon. I also don't think that a pullback would be unreasonable. We got so much uncertainty, and I know tech stocks are ripping. You know, I understand the positivity maybe coming out of the conflict in the Middle East, but there's so much uncertainty. There's another virus, you know, that they're talking about in the U.S. that doesn't seem like a COVID type of deal, but, you know, I talked a little bit about that in the newsletter yesterday. There's so much uncertainty around the conflict in the Middle East. I think at any point we could see a nasty pullback. I'm not going to bank on that, though. I'm going to play the continuation trade, right? Zoom out on NQ. You know, just the long buy, the stupid buys would have played, right? The close your eyes, sing the national anthem, hit the long button, hit the buy button would have paid. But again, I'm just kind of yapping as I'm honing in on this. This isn't bad structure. This definitely is not bad structure. We cracked pre-market high, right? After a gap down, bullish overnight session, just looking at the open of this week. We are at prior week volume point of control right here, at least what was prior week volume point of control from yesterday. We got prior week value area low that we've settled in down here, and then we got the low from last week over here. Looking at yesterday's high and low, we are trading inside of yesterday's candle, Friday's candle rather. Here is Friday's low, here's Friday's high. If I was gonna take a mean reversion short, I would need it for this to come a little bit farther out. I'd probably would have liked it from somewhere all the way up here, but it's playing out right here, right now. Popped to the upside, cracked pre-market highs, filled the gap, and immediately are selling back off into VWAP here. Now where do we go? Now where do we go, YM? No trade from the middle of the zone for me on VWAP. I don't know if I'm going to want the longs. I don't know if I'm going to want the shorts. Again, guys, what I like to do on YM is fade. If you're new here, welcome. My setup, my model, which is a stupid thing to say in my humble biased opinion, my approach to trading YM, because it's very discretionary. I'm a manual trader. It's not exact. It's not if this, then that I could code into a bot or EA. But in general, if we pop to the upside on YM, I'm going to look to fade that back down. Where? To where, right? Volume point of control, VWAP, visible range volume profile, maybe another key level based on price action, market structure, an objective or discretionary level. Where am I going to look to short that from, right? Where am I going to get short? Same thing, off of a key level, price action, market structure, volume. We had pre-market highs here. We had the gap right here, so technically we got a couple levels in here, but that's not really enough. That's not really enough for me to structure risk, right? Here's the other part of that trade. Can I structure risk in an ideal way? Can I get my stop loss in an area that makes sense and it take profit back into that middle ground that makes sense, right? You know, make sense is probably not something like this. Not that this was the trade, but you know, that kind of doesn't make sense. You're probably going to have a badass win rate and a horrible risk to reward on average. I'd like to get my stop loss, you know, in an area that makes sense for me. That would have been way outside, like outside of yesterday's high, outside of Friday's high. You know, if we push all the way up here, I'm dead wrong. We're taking off. We're bullish. NQ and ES are probably ripping to the upside. And, you know, YM is starting to break and really start to look like we're going to head back towards last week's high and maybe all-time highs finally. If we don't do that, I'm okay with us coming up in here, taking out, you know, trapping some longs, taking out weak shorts, and then looking for a reversion trade back down into this middle ground, right? Back to hang out down here where we opened up for this week. Looking at visible range volume profile. Let's go to a little bit higher time frame just so we can get a better feel on this. Yeah, we came right to the top end of this. If we dip our toes out here, I could see it. Stop loss way outside of this area for a move back down. I could certainly see us coming in here. I could definitely see us coming in here. You know, even before we take off for the week, if we start to push, could certainly see a nasty move down here. So I don't mind that. Definitely don't mind that for a trade ski. So let's map this out. We cracked to the upside. I'm going to look short. The longs are not great after this if we just let go. I don't know that I like the longs in here. Longs off of VWAP to hold structure. I don't know that I like the longs in here at all. I don't know if I have the structure for it. Just trying to map this out, guys, as the market's opening up. 9:38 a.m. Thanks for being here with me. Let's see if we can make some money today. And if we can't make some money, let's see if we can follow our plan. Wait for the market to come to us, structure and accept our risk. Put our trades on without reservation or hesitation. Rest in peace, Mark Douglas, the GOAT. Yeah, so maybe, you know, maybe. Sorry, I didn't follow through. Maybe You know, this is the hourly. I'm zoomed out. I don't like that so much, though, guys. I got to be honest. I don't know that I'm going to take that. You know, this would be we popped to the upside, and then we sold off, right? You know, sure, we could chop. Sure, we could chop back and forth. But if we pull one of these, you know, this is the mean reversion happening, right? And this might be the only extension that we have to pull today. It's just not a lot. So, I'm going to hang out on this, guys. I'm going to hang out on this. Coming lower through VWAP. I don't know that I don't know that I want this long from down here. Let's get this ready, though, either way. I am in a 50K Tradeify funded account today. I got to get some trading with you guys across prop firms. Today, I have a 50K Tradeify Select Flex that is passed, that has 1 trading day in it, that has the full amount of risk, and I'm going to look to throw some profit in this bad boy and take a payout. Kind of run the same play that I was running with Lucid till I got kicked live. Still waiting on that Lucid Live account. Yeah, man. This is interesting. This is interesting. It's Monday. We got a lot of uncertainty in the market. I'm not looking to do anything crazy. I'm never really looking to do anything crazy. Just taking a look at news. We don't have any red folder news today. We got a no news Monday. Taking a look at News Squawk, my favorite financial news service. Real-time squawk. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to sit patient on this for now, guys. I don't have an immediate off the open play. I'm going to sit patient on this. Big surprise. I'm usually sitting patient. I'm going to wait patiently. I can feel something. I can feel something today. We only got 2 days of live streaming, so you know we're going to be having some fun. Probably going to be doing some giveaways. But I'm going to sit patient on this off the open so far. Interesting. Interesting. Crack that high and pushing lower. All right, for the purposes of this live session, because I'm actually looking at trades on NQ as well. For the purposes of this live session, we're gonna stay locked in to YM on the 15-minute chart here, looking for a mean reversion trade. That's what we're gonna have going on here. Let's see. Chat, how we doing, guys? Son of Wall Street, good morning. Miss K, good morning. Darav, good morning. JNRV and Ivan, Enzo, 30MD30, what's up? Dwayne, what's up? TM YouTube, what's up? Vincent, what's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the show. Appreciate you guys being here as always. What is going on? What's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up on YouTube, Kickin' X? Appreciate you guys being here. Curious to see where we go today. Curious to see where we head today. No amazing setup off the open for me on YM, guys. No amazing setup. It started to look like it as we push to the upside. This is ooh, ES looking very strong, pushing to the upside here. NQ back towards those highs there. YM trying to take off to the upside here. Big indecision 15-minute candle here. Big back and forth right off the open. Again, guys, let's talk macro a little bit. If you're part of the email, you know what I'm going to yap about. You got my key things that I'm paying attention to. As far as pushing to the upside here pretty aggressively, guys. Maybe I don't talk macro for a second. Maybe we just wait a minute here. Yeah, this is not really giving me my mean reversion trade. Chat. Yeah, you know, YM sometimes, again, YM just day over day, sometimes it's going to give me the beautiful setup. It's going to give me the real clean setup. Whether I want to take it or not, you know, it's going to set up nicely for me. Other days, it's going to kind of give me this, where I don't have a great way to structure risk. If I wanted short, I'd have to take it really aggressively early, right into NYSE open, which, number one, I don't love to do, like at the 930 candle. Maybe, you know, on a break and retest of VWAP, I'm not taking that. You know, maybe really, really aggressively. That doesn't even give me my 200 points that I usually look for. Choppy so far, man. Choppy so far. So, I'm sitting patient here, and the more that this moves in this back and forth type of way, the less I like it. Man, just hasn't been giving me too much to work with. I've taken a couple L's on YM. Nothing insane. Last week was pretty back and forth for me, but just hasn't been giving me the really aggressive, overshoot, over-exaggerated move in one direction that I like to trade right back in the other direction, at least on YM here. NQ has just been ripping in one direction. ES has been a little bit different, but I'm trying to frame out what I'm looking at here on YM, and it's just not great today. And kind of been saying that. I've taken a handful of trades on it. Some of them have been not as nice as I would have liked to have made them. Trying to frame this, like, I don't know if I want this short if we pop to the upside. You know, that was a push off the open, a test all the way back down here, and now a takeoff and hold at 945 of VWAP. I don't think that I want to short this. I'm not a continuation trader on YM. You know, if I was, this is what the play looks like to me. You know, back up to this level. I'm not a continuation trader on YM. It's not my play at all. I look for, again, that reversal style setup, that back and forth style setup right off of the open. This is not that. This is from the, you know, top end of this daily candle for a continuation, right? Not a reversal. Break, retest, stop loss below the low, you know, the low of that move, and then a continuation to the upside. You know, that, if I had a gun to my head, That's probably what I'd be doing right now. Yeah, I don't really have a good read on this, guys. I'm going to sit patient for now. Not every day I'm going to hop on and say, this looks beautiful. I got a really strong indication of one thing over another. I got a great way to structure risks. Some days, I think being a experienced and mature trader, you could say, hey, this looks like this is about to happen, right? Maybe we push to the upside. I don't have a great read on it. I don't have a great way to structure risk. I don't have a real strong indication of one thing over another happening. I don't really have a way to put a good trade on, and sit patient. Again, we're 20 minutes into the open here. Plenty of time in the day to trade. I'm not going anywhere with you guys. I'm going to be hanging out, but so far pretty choppy back and forth, and now starting to push in one direction on YM. Like I said, if I had a gun to my head, which I'm happy I don't, I'd be long from this current volume point of control around the 80s, right? Stop loss down below this low. It's not my trade. It's just not what I do here on YM. So I'm not going to start doing that today. So patience is going to pay today. Patience is going to pay today. Yeah, but we could be making a run back towards the 50,000s today, man. This could be the strong movement in YM. Again, these U.S. indices have been very different. Let's just talk about this one more time. We'll talk macro. What's up, guys? Monster, good morning. Patiently waiting, my brother. Yeah. Took short on NQ and got crushed Friday. What the F? Good morning, good morning. Yeah, I took shorts on Friday. I took a handful of shorts, right? Just back and forth, and I've gotten crushed. And I'll keep shorting on my setups that come. I'll try not to fade a super duper strong market, you know, ripping to the upside, but here's what I want to point out here, right? This is the daily chart. And, you know, a lot of times we're looking at the US indices and we're trading them in correlation or lack of correlation, right? All three of these have been quite different. Overall, super high time frame, really zoomed out, right? You know, they're going to be moving somewhat in the same direction. But when you look at the structure on YM, especially in here and in here, relative to even ES, but especially relative to NQ, very different. Very different, right? You know, where you would have been getting paid big time on longs, you know, you could have been getting crushed on YM. And same thing, where you would have been maybe getting paid on a quick short in here on YM, you would have been getting crushed on NQ. So these are not moving in correlation. You know, to be really clear, on a higher time frame, YM has, here's NQ. Let's just go back here. NQ is from the from last year's high, and even from January. This was prior all-time high. January, we got super close. We are, what, 12 points? 11.5 points above that. YM, we didn't even crack it. We didn't even touch it, right? We are, you know, we're still trading now, you know, almost a percent and a half off of off that prior all-time high from last year, right? You know, which came in February. So quite different. Quite different. Important to note that because, again, I am primarily trading YM off of the open with you guys. It's just the one that pays me best. It's what I like to try to do as far as a very repeatable, closest thing that I have to an intraday, you know, common setup. But very different structure. Very different structure. Man, I don't know if I want this short. I'm going to wait to see on this one, guys. Getting some measurement out. My measurement tool here. Listen, it's Monday. It's a no-news Monday. We don't have a ton of movement. We certainly have room to go here. Let me just do this. Certainly have room to go. Just to take a look at some daily candle sizes here. Can easily start to move. Starting to form this into a bullish day, though. Tested lower, pushed in the upside, maybe headed back to the 50,000 evens above prior day high. This is going to be a patiently wait on this one, man. All right, macro. Macro, let's talk about it. Let's not just be about it. Let's talk about it. If you guys... Hey, you guys. Like Goonies, if you guys were subscribed, if you guys are in the Discord, link is pinned to the top of the chat. Does this have any incriminating doxing information? I can't show this without accidentally showing stuff that I don't want to show. But you got my Sunday levels email. I'd love to pull it up on the chart. But you got my Sunday levels. You got my chart markup zoomed out on the 1 hour, sent to your inbox. No fee. You also got some context, okay? Talking about a little bit of the macro. I'm going to repeat myself a little bit here. The Iran conflict, the conflict in the Middle East. Most would say it's escalating. I said tensions seem to be escalating, at least not de-escalating, right? Coming into yesterday, they were essentially saying the proposal from Iran was unacceptable. Iran pushed back, the U.S. pushed back. A lot of different comments even this morning. Iran's got submarines, in the Strait. It doesn't seem to be de-escalating, at least, right? So there's tension there. There's uncertainty there. We have the Fed chair transitioning this week, right? Powell's done. We have the hentai virus. It's not called the hentai virus, but I was joking with my wife yesterday. I called it the hentai virus, and she's like, what are you talking about? Like that weird anime? Like girl shit? Excuse my language. We got the hentai virus outbreak. Doesn't seem really widespread. CDC seems to be playing it down. Passengers are returning. Few people died. It doesn't take much for a situation like that to be overblown. It doesn't take much for, fear and public perception and headlines and the media to run with something, even if it's not a big deal, right? And maybe I'm of the camp who's like, that's probably not that big of a deal. That doesn't mean that the way that people perceive it and the way that the media spins it is not going to cause public outcry and fear, right? And that's what can drive the market. It's a really difficult thing to start to conceptualize, but the fact of what's happening is not always what moves the market, right? It's the perception of whatever it is that's happening, right? That's kind of the truth in price. So maybe that's not a big deal at all. Maybe nothing's going to come of it. Maybe whatever. But maybe tomorrow they say there's 5 confirmed cases in Nebraska where they traveled to, and every headline prints this. It's in the top of CNBC. It's, the Washington Post sending news alerts. They're talking about it on the media. They're talking about potential lockdowns. They're talking about no vaccine. They're talking about stock up on toilet paper, some random crap. And then maybe nothing happens and they're just dead wrong. That could be enough to cause significant fear and panic and then influence movement in price, right? Especially for the U.S. indices. So not something that I'd say be trading around or really trying to position for, at least me personally, but something to keep an eye on, right? Uncertainty, more pending uncertainty. And then high impact scheduled news events. We got CPI, PPI on Wednesday, and retail sales / unemployment claims on Thursday. All of those are 8:30 a.m. We have no scheduled news events, no scheduled high impact news events today, none on Friday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, nothing crazy. CPI, I'd say, is the big one for sure out of all of those. And that's kind of my overview on the macro side. Obviously, NQ, well, not obviously, and it's not something that I really pay too much attention to on the fundamental side, but semiconductors have been just dripping some of these stocks in the NASDAQ 100 higher, just absolutely blasting off, and that has really helped with continuation of the upside. Crude over $100 a barrel, interesting if you care about that kind of thing. I don't so much, but maybe important to note. Current headlines that are rolling out today, just to give you guys the update, right? So the biggest one, the last one that News Squawk has highlighted, Trump to address Xi on selling weapons to Iran. Beijing has considered shipping air defense systems to Iran via other countries to mask its involvement, something Trump has threatened to punish with 50% tariffs. That could be, you know, something that's going to cause potentially movement today. He hops on Truth Social and tweets something crazy that could move price, right? So again, just uncertainty. I'm not going to say, hey, this is what I think is going to happen based on XYZ and I'm going to trade this way. But, you know, what is the chance of this headline risk? What is the chance of the, you know, development, right? You know, how much volatility could we see? I think a continuation of what we've seen, which is a lot of volatility, a lot of headline risk, right? A lot of immediate price movement on, you know, on Truth Social comments and things like that. Just going through the morning stuff on News Squawk, taking a look for other headlines here. Yeah, there was a comment. There was a comment out of who reported this? Iran has deployed deep roaming submarines as a report. Okay. Yeah, just more. All of it is just uncertain conflict, right? You know, not like we're reaching a deal, things look good, de-escalation, coming to agreements, right? We're accepting the proposal, looks good. We just have to hammer out a couple different. Like that's not really what we got here. It's not really what we got. We got home sales. So, you know, headline risk. Not a huge news week. I think, you know, J Powell stepping down, maybe market starts to move around based on comments that come out of, you know, that realm. Not a huge news week, no NFP, right? No FOMC rate. There's not a crazy impending deadline. Like Iran has until, you know, Tuesday at 8 p.m. or else they're going to, you know, cease to be a civilization. Some crazy comment like that. But a lot of headline risk, a lot of uncertainty. And I think that can continue to drive the market around. One thing I'm looking at, which is crazy that, like, it's crazy that you have to have this. You don't have to do anything, but it's crazy that I have this close of a read on this now. We haven't gotten, like, too much out of Truth Social from the U.S. administration. This morning, we've gotten some headlines on some different things. And what I've read and found over the last couple of weeks of really watching News Squawk closely, wow. Nasty reaction after pushing the upside here. Sometimes we get one of those. Sometimes we get a comment, right? Sometimes we get a comment. Like, you know, we get Trump follows up and says something. You know what? You know, Beijing is selling air defense systems to Iran and tariffs are going to be 75. And like market just, you know, so I think we got a little bit of risk of one of those today. It's been kind of quiet over there. It doesn't usually stay quiet for too long. So... ES continuing to push to the upside. NQ kind of back and forth in here. Yeah, again, guys, sitting patient. Not quite. Just to frame out what coulda, shoulda, woulda. You know, I don't know that I like that. Just to do like a 200 point, just to frame it out, right? You know, I don't know that I like that. I don't really know that I like that. You know, taking something in here. Sitting patient, guys. I'm sitting patient. I'll hang out. We'll talk, answer questions. Got a couple things to talk about in prop firm land. Couple updates, couple discounts. We got a really solid one out of top one and take profit. I want to talk about both those. Yeah, but this is kind of interesting out of YM. You know, showing some weakness here. Really showing some weakness here. You know, Thursday was the final push to the upside. We got it in NYSE session, and we sold off really aggressively. Like, shorts would have paid in here, right? Kind of same thing on Friday here, right? We popped to the upside for NYSE, and then or right into it, and then we sold off pretty aggressively. Like, here's NYSE session, right? Here's 930. Today, you know, bullish structure and kind of the same lead-in. Bullish structure, and then a sell-off into NYSE. It's kind of same thing here. Bullish structure, pop to the upside, nasty turn back down. We did wick lower in here first. We got a little bit of this forming, right? I'm not going to cherry pick a downtrend here. We got a little bit of this forming, a lot more uncertainty in here. Not as much bullish structure. I think at a certain point we could start to consolidate and like really squeeze, and then we could get that nasty movement to the upside, maybe to try to catch up, or potentially selling off. This is kind of just getting tight in here, guys. Kind of getting tight in here, not giving me a great way to trade from the extremes. Chat, man. Chat. I want to get some trades on here. I really need to, but man, this is like not great. Not great, as the kids say. Sitting patient. Yeah, guys, make sure you're also hitting the button on the bottom and you're watching live. I see a lot of the comments coming in. They seem like they are, they're delayed. Make sure you're watching by clicking the button that says live on YouTube. I can tell a lot of you guys just by answering are not watching live. And I'm going to come in and answer some questions here. Turning to the downside, man. Reading a couple of notes as they come in. So, yeah, make sure you're watching live, guys, by hitting the button down on the bottom that says live on YouTube. Let's see. Patiently wait, my brother. Yeah, we said that. Monster. Good morning. CPI tomorrow. Liquidity being built up. Maybe. This is a pretty nasty turn to the downside. Are we getting that out of these? Not really. No. Not really. These are just kind of chopping and doing their thing. YM, man. Maybe we get the longs out of this, guys. I'm going to watch as this comes lower. I am going to watch as this comes lower for a potential long. Hey, you guys. Yeah, we're doing truffle shuffle on the charts. Yep. COVID part 2. Why did these viruses start on cruise ships? Do you know what he didn't like in the proposal? Yeah, you could read in detail on it. If you want that much detail on it, you could read in detail on it. I won't go through every single piece. For me, I do love paying attention to the news squawk. If I want the detailed information, they have it in there. I won't go that deep into it. Just reading some notes that they're posting up, kind of the same stuff that we've been talking about. Conflict in the Strait, right? Virus comments calling it low risk. Iran Foreign Ministry spokesman: Iran is not a bully. It stands up to bullies. So they're just kind of like they're not on the same page there. At least that's what it feels like. At least that's what it feels like for now. Triggering a couple messages here, guys. Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. This feels like the longs. This feels like the longs in play. Like I said earlier, you know, potential longs on a break lower, push higher. It's just not my play here on YM. I find YM to be so choppy, back and forth, takes liquidity, moves back through, loves to trade back across itself. You can see that in higher time frame structure and lower time frame structure. It's the reason that I trade it with this reversal kind of counter approach, especially into NYSE Open. I didn't really get a great opportunity to throw that on today. I don't have any missed trade that I'd say this is a great trade playing out that I just didn't get to take. Plenty of times, you know, when we see that and talk about that. If I had to take a trade in here, it would be long. It would just be running something long. I don't think this is a fantastic play. It's a retest of VWAP after a nice push to the upside. We could go right back through and run the highs. You know, and if I had to put something on, you said you got to take a trade. That's probably it, guys. If we go either way from here, the more that we do this, right? The more that we just do this, push to the upside. What did we really do here? Hold on, let's go back to the 1 minute. You know, the more that we do this stuff, right? Back, forth, sweep the low, break the high, back to the middle ground. The more that we do that, the more indecisive it is, right? We just, you know, I'd like to find a way to trade from the extreme, long down here, short down here, back to the middle ground. But if we start to push in one direction, you know, after chopping for so long, sure, it could just be the last sweep of liquidity before we rip back through. But we could be making the decision. And I don't love to fade. You know, I like to fade the initial move, right? To talk about this once again, guys. You know, overnight session plays out. We pop to the upside. I'm getting short in here for a move back to VWAP. That's it. Like, that's the move, right? If we do this, I'm not going to go, okay, short, right? Like that's not the play. It's not break of structure, trend to the upside for NYSE session, short back down. And I've been caught doing that, you know, sometimes. I've been caught doing it on the wrong side of the market doing that. If we also pull one of these, you know, holding VWAP, holding VWAP, holding VWAP, and then all of a sudden we dump, I've been caught long on that. And you know, oftentimes what happens? We continue lower, right? We made a decision to break structure. We got a headline that breaks, and, you know, we're just going to rip lower. So a long way of saying this is setting up. This wasn't bad. This definitely wasn't bad coming into the open. This is kind of setting up as, like, not great. And again, I've had a little bit of that. I got into a really nice groove on YM here. I'd say after February, all the way through, like, the last 2 weeks. Beautiful trades right into the open. I took a couple into NYSE Open, right after NYSE Open. Beautiful $1,000 back to back to back to back to back. It's been nice. The last couple weeks, we started to get a little bit of this crap. Which is okay, right? The market's not always going to set up beautifully and go, here you go, Zach. Put your trade on, get paid, right? When it doesn't do that, you have to fight the urge like I am right now that goes, it's 10-12. I want to put a trade on. I got this account, right? You know, it's a funded account. I want to take a payout this week. I'd love to, you know, I'd love to put more trades on and put big risk on. If I don't get that, you know, in these funded accounts, I try not to put big risk on. I'll take a small scalpy trade, probably on NQ later in the day, you know, shooting for a minimum trading day. And I'll hold out. I'll wait, right? I won't have enough, you know, because I don't have a great setup. And rather than kill a funded account because I really want to trade, I really want to make money, and I was making money, you know, back to back to back, and now I want to do the same thing. You know, it's not how the market works. Gotta stay patient, gotta wait for it to come to you. So it's been testing me a little bit. YM has been testing me a little bit for sure. ES looking strong. NQ looking strong to the upside here. YM holding VWAP. So, yeah, so long story short, guys, I'm going to sit patient on this for now. I'd love to get a trade on with you here. I'm going to hang tight. This is not beautiful. If I had to take a trade, you know, gun to my head, this is it. You know, something super wide where if we sell off, you know, if we sell off through current lows, I'm absolutely dead wrong. you know, long from VWAP for a continuation up. You know, that's probably what I would do. Is this my trade at all? Is this my setup? Is this something I'm going to do day over day? Not at all. This is what I would rather do on NQ, right? Or maybe even ES, but not here on YM. So anyway, long story short, I'm going to sit patient. I'm going to actually hide this so I can come back to it and say we had that mapped out. That's what I got, guys. That's what I got. Good morning, for a break. What's up? Just joined the Discord. What's up? Awesome, man. Happy to have you in. If you're not in the free Discord, guys, feel free to hop in the free Discord. We got a whole bunch of fun stuff going on there. Zach, how's your... Hey, deal. What's up, man? Nah, I really didn't do anything crazy with the shoulder. I kind of just abandoned my game plan to hit nasty climbing goals, and I'm back to running. That's my movement there. Back to running. I got a really big race on the schedule, an ultra marathon on the schedule for October. It's not my first one. It's my first one of that distance, but that's what I got going on. A lot of running. But while we're waiting for this market to decide if it's going to rip to the upside or continue this move to the downside here, here's what we got. A couple things rolling today, chat. A couple things rolling today. First and foremost, let me pull this up. But I appreciate you asking, man. Thank you. First and foremost, I'm early on this, but I'm just going to tell you guys now. The Elite Daily, I don't know if I'm supposed to say it, but the Elite Daily accounts are coming back. Elite Daily accounts from Top 1 Futures are coming back today. These were my favorite account type with Top 1 Futures. When they rolled out, I thought that this was super duper competitive. These are a 3-day to pass eval, no activation fee, no consistency in funded, no minimum trading days, daily payouts, right? Fairly tight payout cap relative to, some other stuff that's out there. But you have end of day trailing drawdown, no intraday trailing drawdown. If you guys want to check it out, I'm going to throw the link in chat right now. Absolutely awesome opportunity from Top 1. Excited to see them bring these back. 50% off with code RDF. Let me throw this in the Chatty McChat chat. Bang. End. So that's one big update from Top 1 we got today. The other big update we got rolling is from Take Profit Trader. And you know what? Maybe today, guys, if you hang out, we give away an Elite Daily account. Maybe we get somebody funded with one of these today. I don't know. Maybe we talk about them. We get somebody funded. We do some giveaways. The other one we have rolling that rolled out this morning from another partner. Take Profit Trader. Take Profit Trader is launching their biggest sale. This is the cheapest I've ever seen Take Profit Trader accounts. 50% off plus no activation. They're doing it and they're being transparent for it because for the first time since 2021, they are changing prices. On the 50K account, nothing's changing. The reset fee is not going up, and they're actually lowering the reset fee on the 25K account. The reset fee on the 100K and the 150K is going up. That's the change. They've been doing 40% off plus no activation fee for like a really long period of time. Now they are doing 50% off. This is good for 1 week. They actually threw this graphic up, which was pretty cool. Code RDF gets you this deal as well. I'm going to throw this link in the chat. Been trading with both the guys that I'm showing you here, taking payouts with both the guys that I'm showing you here. I plan to continue to do that. I'm going to throw both of these links in chat for Take Profit Trader and Top 1 Futures. If you guys have questions on these, please feel free to ask. But this is the best deal that I've ever seen from Take Profit. It's never been this cheap. I don't remember ever when it was this cheap since I started trading with them. Their reset is going to be $100. I think it's 102 or 100 right now. It's essentially not changing. Really nothing changing on the 50K, but they are saying they're changing the 100K and the 150K after this, but they're giving everybody a deal to stock up. You can buy as many as you want. Insane. I'm probably going to load up on evals with them. So that's what we got. That's what we got. Come back to top 1. These are not on the site yet. I'm assuming they're going to be on the site really quickly. I'm giving you guys the early heads up. These are absolutely badass. Both of these are daily payout style accounts, which I think are really cool, really, really popular in the space for a reason. People love to be able to get paid with with no consistency in funded, which is pretty dang sweet. That's what we got rolling, guys. That's what we got rolling. That's awesome. For sure. Daily payouts, yes. What's the max payout cap? It depends on the account size. So for the 50K account, and it's similar, right? You do see this from Tradeify. They have the select daily accounts. You see this from other, firms. It's very similar. On the 50K account size, it's $1,000 per account per payout. So you could essentially take $1,000 on day 1 and then $1,000 again and again and again if you want. But it's $1,000 per payout per account. You can copy trade up to 5. So again, we got different options here, guys. We got different options here. I'm trading with all these firms that I'm showing you. I'm taking payouts from almost all of them. Got restarted with Tradeify and Alpha. Just got started with Alpha, I should say. So I haven't been taking payouts from them yet. Top 1, Lucid, Take Profit Trader. There's a couple others that I'm missing. But trying to give you guys the sauce. This is how I'm going on big prop firm runs. April has been absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Coming into this month, I'm not going to do anything crazy. I'm going to keep it calm. But last month was absolutely awesome for me, man. I really cannot complain. And, byproduct of the accounts being really, really competitive. Really competitive. That's awesome. Awesome. Zach, can you liaise with some of the prop firms to accept crypto payments for buying accounts? Probably not, man. I don't think that too many of them want to mess around with crypto. Prop firms deal with so much fraud, like believe it or not, because I do see behind the scenes, they deal with so much fraud. KYC fraud, chargebacks, credit card fraud. It's this online space that's fairly unregulated. And, people try their hand at everything. So I think a lot of them don't want to accept and pay out in crypto unless it's through another third-party KYC payment processor. For that reason, they just take on so much risk as it is, with that. And I know that sucks because I'm sure people are, reasonable. They just want to, pay with crypto or whatever. But I don't see many of them doing it. And in fact, I see more of them getting stricter, right? They're probably going to get to a spot where you can only use, you have to KYC first. You can only use one credit card, right? You shouldn't be using multiple credit cards anyway, because they have flags that get thrown up. There's so many people just run so many games. And I only know that because some of them have been transparent. I've asked some of those questions what about this? What about that? And they're like, dude, every single day we are dealing with dozens of attempts at fraud, crazy amounts. Which I was like, I didn't expect that. KYC fraud, crazy. Everybody, using different people's cards, different people's names, different locations, different areas. Yeah. Thought I saw these on your Insta, then they disappeared. I wasn't on top 1 though. I was going crazy. Yeah. These are sweet, guys. These are sweet. Yeah, they put them up and they took them back off. They're back up. They're going back up today. Again, I'm not seeing them on the site. I'm giving you the early heads up. These will be back up today. Code RDF for the best deal. Which one is number 1 prop firm? It depends. It depends. I don't think there is a number 1 prop firm. I think there's a best prop firm for you based on a number of different factors. And I think there's a best prop firm for me and for everybody else. I like everybody that you see scrolling on the bottom of the screen. And Tradeify, I think, is not up there because my editor hasn't got me back my damn graphics yet. But I've been really enjoying taking payouts and trading with some of the best prop firms in the space, which are Top 1 Futures, in my humble biased opinion, because I'm partnered with almost all of these. Top 1 Futures, Take Profit Trader, Lucid, banger, absolutely banger prop firm, Lucid, Tradeify, Alpha Futures, and Top Step. Top Step I'm not partnered and affiliated with. Continue to trade with them, continue to take payouts with them. Is that 5? Top 1, Lucid, Take Profit, Tradeify, Alpha, Top Step. 6. Holy crap, 6. But again, it depends. Maybe you say, hey, Zach, I want an account where I have a potential to take $10,000. I want a no payout cap account. And I want it to be cheap. And I'm okay with an intraday trailing drawdown. And I want daily payouts. Take Profit Trader. Beautiful. You might say, hey, Zach, I want all of that stuff, but I can't stand an intraday trailing drawdown. It sucks. It's really hard for me. I'm okay with a lower payout cap. Boom. Top 1 futures, right? All the accounts are not exactly the same. So all, it's really important to note that piece. So we could choose as traders, right? You might say, I want a, no consistency in funded. I don't care about daily payouts, 5 minimum trading days, end of day trailing drawdown, no daily loss limit. Lucid, right? Lucid Flex would be a great option for you, right? You might want instant funded, right? You might say, I don't want to take an eval. So it just depends. All of those things are going to come into play. Very excited. Was going to buy multiple copy trade. Yeah. Awesome, man. You're ready to go. Be ready to go then today. Watching this thing push off of VWAP here, guys. ES pushing the upside. NQ not breaking all-time highs again, although it put all-time highs in today. Kind of consolidating up here. A little bit laggy today. YM taking off of VWAP again. Like I said, if I had to take a trade, which I don't. Where's the most recent long position? I got a ton of stuff on here. That. If I had to take a trade, that right off of VWAP, right? Looks like that one would have been paying. It's not my trade though. This is just really not my trade. This is not my setup, right? Sitting patient on this, guys. Really sitting patient on this. More and more headlines coming in. Pakistan to continue mediation between U.S. and Iran, adding that there is no immediate danger to the conflict resuming. Okay. No real comments out of Trumpski just yet. At least on Truth Social. Patience, patience, patience today, guys. Patience. Choppy back and forth open. Continuing to drive higher, at least for now. Let's see. Let's see. What is Lucid Direct? It's an instant funded account. It's an instant funded account. Lucid has 3 account types. For those of you who don't know, I got partnered and affiliated with Lucid this year after I started trading with them in February and took multiple payouts with them. I think I took a dozen payouts with them before I got called up to a live account about 2 weeks ago. I am waiting for my live account. Probably about a week and a half, not 2 weeks, because they said about 2 weeks for the live account. But I still haven't had my live account just yet with them. They have multiple different account types to the person that has asked. Again, code RDF going to get you the best deal, even better than what you see here on the website. Shout out Lucid. I'll throw their link in chat. These are my favorite, the Lucid Flex accounts. I was trading the 50Ks. They're absolutely insane. Super easy to take a payout from. Again, I don't think I'm the best trader in the world. I think one of my strong suits is leveraging accounts that fit my trading style. In the prop firm space, and then in live accounts, trading in a way that fits my trading style, right? On brokers and platforms that allow me to do that. I think it's really important to do that as a trader. Lucid Flex, super, super solid. These are 2 day to pass evals, 50% consistency. In the funded account, you have no consistency rule, no daily loss limit, end of day trailing drawdown, 5 minimum trading days, 5 minimum $150 trading days in the 50K. You can take out 2K max per payout. The 150Ks, a little bit wider, The pro accounts, just to go through all these, since we're talking about it now, and I'll get to the direct. You have essentially the really common thing that most prop firms are offering are a consistency in funded and a no consistency in funded with a minimum trading days. So if you swap over to Lucid Pro, you get a DLL in both the eval and the funded account, which I don't like. And you have a consistency rule, which I also don't like. Benefit, bigger payout cap, and less minimum trading days to pay out. You can get paid in 3 days on this one. You also have the 50%. Is it 50% or is it? Oh no, it's also immediate pass, 1 day pass. No consistency on the passing them, so you can full port them on news. Not that I would recommend doing that. The direct accounts are similar to a standard instant funded account. No evaluation, no activation fee, no wasting time in an eval. One-time payment, you're straight into a funded account. 20% consistency rule, which is tighter, right? Obviously than all of these, which means you have 5 minimum trading days to pay out. Really like 6 unless you hit it perfectly. You have end of day trailing drawdown, and you have a DLL. Pretty sweet as far as, you know, what you could do with these if you are a consistent trader in that, you know, regard, in the very literal sense. Higher price point, of course, right? Because you're skipping an eval. Watching this market start to turn down here, guys. Kind of interesting, or at least pull back. Ooh. So if you have questions, feel free to let me know. I really try to not just be, here's my code, guys. I make videos about this stuff. I try to get really educated about this stuff. I read the frequently asked questions every single page. I ask their support, everything. For everybody that I'm partnered and affiliated with, I really try to at least be able to answer questions to the best of my abilities. I think a lot of kids are just like full porting, you know, evals all over the place, and then they're affiliated with everybody. I'm trading with all these guys. I use all of them. I leverage my platform to be able to make money on the back end that way, but I also try to provide value. I try to do comparison videos, explanations, give you guys my experience, tell you, hey, I traded with the black accounts first, I took payouts, then I traded with the flex accounts, took a bunch of payouts, then I got moved live at this interval. Here's how long that takes. Here's what that stuff looks like. You know, so if you have questions, feel free to ask. I'm happy to talk about it. But Lucid's been absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Got to meet AJ down in Miami a couple weeks ago in person. The CEO, founder of Lucid. Great guy. Really cool guy. Very down to earth. Very, very realistic. Which is what you see out of him on socials. Like, shoot straight from the hip. Doesn't have any time to pretend, oh, this is the way, pop, 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 pop. Like, none of that stuff, man. Which is what I like. And why I think they've done so well. So we were watching ES like start to turn. At least that's what it looked like. Ooh. Ooh. Uh-oh. Volatility coming in, guys. Hang tight. Hang tight, hang tight. Volatility coming in here. YM, again, still super choppy. Like, this is chop city. This is system of a down chop suey here, guys. Not really giving me too much to work with, but I did start to see these fall off. We've got comments coming in on headlines. This is obviously headline risk coming in here. Taking a look at Dow. I don't have a beautiful setup coming on this. I do want to watch this. Don't have a beautiful setup immediately here, but we could start to get something. Could start to get something. NQ breaking out to the downside, heading towards daily lows after consolidating up here. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. We got Trump comments coming. That's the only thing that moves the market these days. Let's see. Trump to Fox News. Considering renewing Project Freedom. I don't know what Project Freedom is. I'm sure we'll get more info on that. There was a couple other ones that came in before that, which was Iran yet to allow tanker with UAE LPG to pass in the Strait. So we got, again, conflict in the Middle East. You know, kind of the same stuff that we've been hearing over and over and over again. A lot of uncertainty. What is this chop, dude? NQ ripping. Ripping to the downside or ripping to the upside? it turned down. I mean, super choppy here. Ooh, we got a gap. I mean, this is NYSE session so far. You know, it's not that it hasn't moved, but that's quite back and forth. That's quite back and forth, man. I don't know. I don't know about this, guys. We might pick a direction out of here, but very choppy. ES looks the cleanest. Pushed off a VWAP and held, and has just drifted higher. Very, very nice. I'm over here waiting on YM to do something. Poking it with a stick. It ain't really doing nothing. Sitting patient here, guys. Talking prop firms with you. Again, so in case you guys hopped on late, Top 1 Futures bringing back the Elite Daily accounts. Take Profit Trader with the cheapest accounts that they've ever ran. The best sale that they've ever ran. 50% off with no activation fee. If you guys want to check any of them out, links are in chat. Details are pinned to the top of the chat. You can also still get, because I'm running it today. Sorry, last plug. I forgot to plug myself. Forgot to give myself the hype up. This was supposed to end on yesterday. I haven't picked winners yet for it. If you want to load up, maybe you say, hey, that's awesome. I want to grab some top 1 accounts or some TPT accounts. If you want to load up, anybody that uses code RDF and fills the form out that's in the free Discord for free is going to get an entry to win 1 of 5 accounts. We're going to give some accounts away on stream. We're going to do a giveaway here on stream. We're going to hang out. No purchase necessary. But if you guys are loading up on prop accounts, you're getting ready for this crazy week, man. Code RDF not only going to get you the best deal, as good or better than any of the deals that we just discussed. It's always going to match or beat it. I make sure that I'm very clear with that with any prop firm that I try to work with. I want to make sure code RDF gives you the best deal. Lucid, Take Profit Trader, Top 1 Futures, Tradeify, Alpha Futures. Code RDF going to get you the best deal. It's also going to get you an entry to win one of multiple 50K prop accounts through the afternoon today. Hop in Discord if you want in on that. Make sure you're in Discord if you want in on that. Real simple instructions there. As we watch some headline volatility come in here, I was looking pretty ugly on ES here. We came through to the downside, got up above. Looks like we are correcting, coming right back up. Very, very similar movement out of NQ. I'm cautious of this, guys. I'm really cautious of this. I'm happy that I'm not in anything. I don't like this at all. Again, I framed out one potential trade idea here as we were trading right into this bar, right back down into VWAP for continuation. This is not my trade. This is really not my trade, which is why I'm not in it. It's a continuation movement on YM, which I don't like, which I typically do not trade for, so I'm not going to do it today. I don't have a good mean reversion set up on this. I don't want to go no trade with you guys here. I want to get trades on, but I'm going to try not to do anything stupid, as I repeat so much, man. So much of trading is just surviving. So much of trading is just surviving, as annoying as that is. The best traders, the guys that put up, yeah, I'm done with this PA. I'm done with this PA, lockdown, just chilling. Yeah, I mean, like, dude, like, I don't know. Is this what you look for on NQ? Holy heck, like, maybe a range trader's dream? I mean, obviously that wouldn't have paid you too well here. But this is, like, this is choppy, guys. Really choppy here. So, you know, a lot of trading is surviving. And someone says send the Discord link. Link is pinned to the chat. Click on the link that's pinned to the top of the chat. If you can't get in there, where it says all links, let me know. The best traders. The best traders. There's some consistent base hitters out there, right? There's some really consistent base hitters out there. But almost every big trader, top trader, the guys that are in all the books, that are at the, you know, everything, right? That are at the top of their game. They have one thing in common, and it used to confuse me. A lot of people speak negatively on it, but I think it's just a misrepresentation of what this really is. The best traders are not consistently making $10,000 a day. They are doing a lot of nothing. They're patiently waiting. They're trading small. And when their trades start to come, which tends to be back to back to back as market conditions shift, Whatever that means. Maybe they're range traders and the market starts to range. Maybe they're trend traders and NQ starts to break out and they put big risk on. Maybe it's some, one of another million other combinations. They put big risk on. They put those trades on. They take their trades back to back to back. They increase size, right? And they have outsized gains in short periods of time. I used to think, what are they, all just gamblers? Like all of a sudden they got lucky after losing for so long? And sure, some of that is out there where the guys are just full porting accounts all day and they post the one that wins. That's not what I'm talking about. The best traders are waiting patiently all day, every day. They're staying very focused on the markets. They're setting alerts. They're constantly reviewing and looking to improve. And when the market gives them what they need to put risk on, they put that big risk on. And in between, they're not killing their accounts. They're not just running themselves into the ground by taking dumb trade after dumb trade after dumb trade. So, a lot of it, and this comes from other people, right? Just a lot. This is not like my, assumption, but a lot of it is waiting patiently. A lot of it is a lot of boring, no money made, small money lost, small money made, small money lost, small money made for that next big run. So many traders struggle, and I used to do this a lot, and I still do. This is a weak point for me, and I can identify it. When the market gives me what I need, okay, great, right? Putting risk on, taking trades, taking money, making money, taking payouts, all good. Then all of a sudden, we start to get this, right? It's a no news Monday. We start to chop. And what do I want to do? Oh, trade. Put trades on. I'm here. I'm working. I should be getting paid. Trade, 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 trade. And then you look back at that session and you go, why was I doing that? There wasn't a single trade there for me. In hindsight, right? When P&L's off and the market's closed and you could think clearly, why was I doing that? There was no good trade for me there. Why would I not save that capital for when the beautiful setup comes, which I still don't know if it's going to work or not work, but put risk on there when I have asymmetric risk, when I have everything lining up, right? When my confidence is very, very high, my ability to execute well is very, very, high. That's a big part of what separates the big traders from everybody else, right? Not only the profitable traders, but the most profitable traders, the guys that are putting up really big returns. It's not super consistent. It is just not. I don't see it a lot at all. I see a common pattern where, a lot of payouts, big payouts, or big returns in live accounts over and over and over again, and then it slows, right? They take their foot off the gas. They recognize that they can't continue that just physically, mentally, themselves. They can't execute at that level for forever. But they also recognize that, the market's not going to do what they needed to do for forever, and they're going to have to go back into survival mode. So, I get those comments a lot. I do get those comments. Oh, this guy doesn't trade. He didn't take a trade. He takes one or two trades. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm happy to show you that. I'm happy to show you that. Because I find that that's the truth for me, right? Like that's what tends to happen to me. And then I'm happy to also hop on and go, dude, back to back to back. I'm running trades into NYSE Open. We're taking trades before NYSE Open. We're taking multiple trades, right? Because the setup's there. I got to put risk on. I got to make or lose money, right then and there. So, something to think about. A lot of traders get stuck. The market eats you up that way. It could present beautiful risk structure, right? Asymmetric risk, give you something that's very, very repeatable, but it's not going to do that for forever. It's not going to continue to do that over and over and over again in the exact same way every single day. It does not exist that way. So as you progress as a trader, it's your job to recognize, what market conditions are fitting my style, my approach. Where is my setup? What does my setup look like? Is it here today? No. Close the charts. Go touch some grass. Save that capital for when it's there tomorrow. Don't take an unnecessary loss that you have to dig yourself back out of. So that's some sauce. That's my thoughts for today as I'm sitting here. Still no trade. 10:45. Watching this market chop around. Maybe coming back towards the highs, it looks like. Pretty nasty recovery right off of VWAP here on ES. Let's see what NQ did. Back towards the highs on NQ after sweeping. No, it didn't sweep pre-market lows, but came all the way back down. Choppy, dude. Super choppy. I think we're going to see some red P&Ls today. Really red P&Ls today. So sitting patient, guys. Sitting patient. What we're gonna do though? We're gonna do a giveaway. We're gonna do a giveaway. We only got a few people on here. Y'all are sleeping on a Monday. I'm only trading here live with you guys today and tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday, before I get ready to head out to the in-person ASFX event out in Tampa. Super hyped on that. But let's go ahead and get ready. We are gonna do a giveaway at 20 likes? Damn. You guys hate the stream. I thought we were friends, man. No, I was kidding. We got 184 people that have hopped on and off. We have 40 people on right now on YouTube only. We're also on Kick It X. We're going to run giveaway at... Let's make it easy. Let's see if you guys can hit 75 likes. Go ahead, smash the like button. Have to be in the free Discord. Link in chat. Bam. Let's run it. We're going to give away an Elite Daily account from Top 1 Futures. The new accounts that just dropped again from Top 1. Smash the like button if you want that giveaway to run. If you want to check out Top 1 Futures, that link will be in the chat. But otherwise, let's have some conversation while this market's chopping. Let me throw this in chat because someone asked before. You guys are sleeping. Bang. There we go, guys. We'll get somebody funded. We are going to give away one of the new Top 1 Futures Elite Daily accounts. Shout out Top 1, man. These accounts are sick. Super sick. We'll get a couple people funded, man. Let's see. Is there a way to copy trade on your phone, or it has to be on a computer? No. You could use TradeSyncer, and you can copy trade on your phone. You can use TradeSyncer, who I am partnered and affiliated with. Just made a video about them on YouTube. If you head to my, you're on YouTube. If you head to my channel, you could look at how to copy trade on TradingView. You can set a leader account, and wherever you execute on that leader account, your trades will be copied. We got Trump comments coming in here, guys. Could see some volatility. I'm reading that his comments are, their leaders are going to fold when questioned on a regime change. I will deal with them until they make a deal. U.S. President Trump is reportedly pushing back against Iran's demands for reparations as the administration views this to be implications of defeat. Yeah, so it's kind of back and forth here, guys. Still a lot of uncertainty. I mean, I guess that could be viewed somewhat positively, but to me, it just doesn't seem like everybody's on the same page. So we'll see. YM doesn't seem to like that right off the bat. Neither does ES. That was a beautiful recovery off of VWAP. Wow. Yeah, still more reports coming out. We got a lot of Trump comments, guys, so I'd be careful here. A lot of stuff getting printed. See some liquidity coming off the book here on ES. Choppy overall, man. I don't know that we get big movement out of this market today. Zach, are you copy trading across the firms considering TradeSyncer? How's the execution on that? Is there lag? I'm back and forth. ADL. So overall, I really just prefer not copy trading. I find it to add another layer of risk I find it to be, you know, more confusing, more things to think about, right? But it gets very difficult to trade 6 different prop firms that you're trying to be max funded with multiple prop accounts across multiple firms, right? You know, how many trades per day do you really want to have to take across individual, you know, accounts and individual firms? So for me, my favorite, which I was showing you guys on Friday, is TradeSync, right? Cloud-based trade copying platform, third party, awesome dashboard, awesome backend that I've seen. Is there an inherent risk as we turn to the downside here? Market's not loving what it sees, at least so far. Again, I'm curious to see if we get big headlines that actually push this market or we start to just chop. So if you guys want to check it out, TradeSync is the cloud-based trade copying platform that I recommend. If I was going to recommend any, I think it's really important to note that there's inherent risk. There's inherent risk in trading. It's very risky as it is. If you add copy trading, of course, you're amplifying that risk. There's also just the risk of anything going wrong with, you know, a third-party trade copier. Most of them are horrible. TradeSync, for me, has been the most consistent out of anything that I've seen, anything that I've seen other people utilize. If you want to check it out, link is pinned to the top of the chat. It's on that homepage if you want to check it. But for me, I really prefer to just put heavier risk on rather than copy trade across, right? So like, here's the main difference of what you'll see people do. Some guys are absolute savage animals and they're going to put heavy risk on copy trading 100 accounts. I think you just don't have the capacity to do that with prop firms. Even if you have the money, like, you're going to go through too many accounts. You're probably going to get banned too quickly. What I prefer to do is to trade them individually, very aggressively, right? Like, if I put a trade on this 50K, it's probably going to be $1,000 or $2,000 worth of risk, right? I might lose an account doing that quickly. That's okay because I'm trading 1, not, you know, 50, right? If you're going to trade 50, the thesis is maybe you trade micros really small, right? You know, you trade with $100 worth of risk, $200 worth of risk. It takes you forever to get to a payout, but when you get to a payout, you get to a payout across 30 accounts, right? For me, it probably means that I'm going to take payouts, you know, the way that I've been taking them every other damn day, which is awesome, but across one account, right? You know, if you're not copy trading. Getting some movement here, guys. Getting some serious movement here. Market's liking whatever Trump is saying right now. Obviously, this is some headlines moving the market around as we've continued to see. ES looking much stronger than NQ, but headed back towards all-time highs here. YM turning on a dime on that one. Let's see. Yep, it's Trump comments. U.S. President aiming to pause the 18-cent federal gas tax for a period of time. We'll wait for gas prices to come back down and let it phase back in. CBS reports. So we got potentially Trump pausing a gasoline tax. Again, man, headline market. We are just, I don't even know that it's a market anymore. It's just headline volatility. It's what it feels like we're trading here. It's insane. Absolutely insane. If you guys want to know how I'm reacting and getting these headlines faster than everybody else, News Squawk, just to plug everybody under the sun, because this is all the stuff that I use myself. News Squawk, paid news service, also pinned to my site if you want to check it out. You can try them for 7 days. That's where I'm reading these headlines from. Crazy though, man. It's a market that moves on headlines, Trump comments, reports out of every, you know, administration that we're in conflict with, which is, you know, not uncommon, but just the rate that we get and how much the market moves is just has been insane. It's nothing new. It's been this way for a while now, but it's absolutely insane, man. ES off on a tear today. Not taking his foot off the gas at all. There's the daily chart. NQ, yeah. NQ looking like it wants to do it also. Looks like it wants to go. Slower, though. Definitely slower. Chopped up here for a while. Swept the low, and maybe now we're ready to take off. Kind of looks like what it wants to do. YM hit VWAP after chopping a whole bunch. Looks like it wants to take off as well. I'm no trade, guys. I don't have my mean reversion style play on this at all. I framed out, just to go back to it again, I framed out one trade that's really not my trade. the continuation right in here as we were trading at VWAP into the 10 a.m. time frame for a long. If I had to take something, that's what I would have taken on the live session with you guys for YM, but it's not the, it's just not my trade, so I don't want to take it. Don't want to do something completely different than I do every damn day. Not enough consistency doing that. Smash the like button, you know it. Good morning, morning gang. Mike, what's up? Big Frank, what's up? What's happening, guys? Chris B, what's up? Tilted. Funded's gone with 3 winning days. Mike. Man. Yeah, I gotta say, Mike, you trade NQ? I have to assume that killed a ton of accounts. I'm gonna say that probably killed a ton of accounts today. Most traders on NQ, unless you were buying dips, are not real range traders like that. And if you look at what the hell this was, I got to assume that buried a lot of people today. Got to assume that buried a lot of people today. But set your risk, guys. You know what you need to do. Set your risk. Set and accept your risk. You know what you need to do. It's just a matter of doing it. It's a matter of putting the processes in place to get it done. Developing the correct mindset around it without going into too much of a yap fest. Started a new eval. Yeah, I got you. Make sure Trade Syncer is connected. Yeah, you have to make sure it's connected every day, of course. You can't just set it up once. It's something you have to monitor. The NQ no follow through kills me. Yeah. Whatever you're gonna say is right. Yeah, no, I know. It was brutal. I saw good traders blowing up live YouTube. Yeah, digital nukes. There you go. Yeah. That, again, guys, like I said it before, I'm no trade. And I'm not always happy to be no trade, but on a day like today, I'm very happy. This is trash for me. Okay? Like, for the live session, I don't have a mean reversion trade on this. It didn't give it to me. It didn't give it to me, man. This didn't do something for me. So, I'm going to run a giveaway here with you guys. I'm going to get somebody funded with an Elite Daily account. And, I'm going to get a whole bunch of trading, scalping on NQ in, flip days. I'll trade some evals. I got to keep that, that prop firm machine running. But as far as the big risk trade here for YM off of the open that I look for every day with you guys, I don't have it. I just don't have it today. So, that's what we got. Not that I'm a genius, not that I have it all figured out, right? But I'm happy to not have something on in here. Right in here for a long from the middle ground was the only thing that if I had to take something, but not anything for me. Hesitated on the long off the open, being near all-time highs. Didn't believe the short. Then it was over. Yeah. I had a winning day by $5. Didn't lock out. It was comical watching every trade go against me after that. Yeah, Mike, I'm sorry, brother. I hate to see it, man. I hate to see it. I hate to hear it. I got to assume a lot of people had days like that today. Listen, man. You know what you need to do, right? The market can do what it did today. It could do what it did on Friday. It could do whatever it wants to do. It's up to you to decide what your risk is and how much you're going to trade. That's really all we can control. So, if you could focus in on that and understand this is a game of probabilities. We don't know what's going to happen next. We have no idea what any headline that's about to print. We can't control what's going to happen with a virus that's outbreaking or, conflict in the Middle East. We can't control if the market's just going to chop, if it wants to perceive those things positively or negatively. We have something repeatable over time. But intraday, day to day, you got to decide what your upper limit is. And if there's no upper limit, you will have days like you have today, you know, where you find that end is, you know, the end of the account. Rhombus, what's up? What's going on, guys? What's happening? What's happening? Well, I'm happy that I that I wasn't the good trader that you were watching blowing up on YouTube Live today. Happy to be hanging patient with you guys. But let's get somebody funded, man. Let's get somebody funded here. Smash the like button, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna step out just for a minute, and we will run a giveaway. Run a giveaway. Be right back, guys. Chat. Chat, chat, chat. All right, guys, let's run it. Let's run it, man. You guys hit 0 like goal, but we're gonna run it. I'm gonna get you guys funded. I know you're sleeping on a Monday. I know you're sleeping on a Monday. Let's do this, guys. Let's get ready to rumble. First and foremost, get yourself in the Discord. If you're not in the free Discord, you gotta be in the free Discord. We're about to post up a form. You fill out the form. We'll run a giveaway. We'll run some duck races in here. We'll get somebody funded. Oh shoot, that's not what I wanted to do. Choppy back and forth market, man. A lot of that recently on YM. A lot of that recently. All right. Chat. Here's what we got, guys. In the 100% free trading Discord, giveaway form is live. Active for 10 minutes. Must be on the live to win. Ends 11:15 a.m. Eastern. Let's run it. It's in the giveaways channel in Discord. Boom. And just for you guys that for somehow are here and not in Discord, here it is again for you guys. Boom. And let me make sure y'all are good here. Yeah, we can see that, right? Cool. Cool. Go ahead, get this one filled out, guys. We're going to get somebody funded with a Top 1 Futures Elite Daily account. These are almost back. You might get one before anybody else does if you fill the form out. No activation fee, 3-day to pass eval, no consistency in funded, no minimum trading days, daily payouts. You got to get past the buffer, of course, and you can start requesting daily payouts, man. Pretty solid accounts. I like the eval style. I like the inexpensive, no activation fee eval if I can get it. I love the ability to take daily payouts if that's an option. If not, I will take the flex version, which is pretty sweet as well. Boom. Get somebody funded here while we watch this market not do anything, man. I don't know, man. I don't know about this, guys. I don't know. ES is still taking off? Yeah. That's a killer. That's a killer. I mean, either way we go from here, this is lights out. Like that. Whew. What's the 5 look like? Whew. Oh man. Yeah, like it's tough. It's tough up here, guys. It's tough up here. Man. Even this is pretty nasty, man. Even that's pretty nasty. Yeah, it's definitely not as bad. That's pretty clean. That's pretty clean. But this ain't it, kids. This ain't it. It looks like we want to do something, but it's looked like we wanted to do something for a minute here. It's looked like we wanted to do something all session. We're doing the Dorito again. Kinda doing the Dorito, right? You know, kinda like what we got going on here. Kinda like that, you know, right? Like, you know, a little bit of that. Anyway. God, man. No news Monday. Not terribly unexpected. Definitely, you know, back and forth on the headlines. A lot of Trump comments today. I think he's about to start speaking right now. Saw a message on that. Anyway. Form is live in Discord, guys. Let's get somebody funded. Let's get some free accounts getting rolling. You guys didn't hit the like button. It's okay. We're still friends. You know, I'm being nice today. You didn't have to hit the like goal. Failed me all-time highs so many times. Oh, Lawrence. Lawrence. I know, and today's the day that, like, the wake up and long didn't work. Damn, man. That sucks, dude. What's up, bro? I'm hyped to see you coming up in, like, a couple days. We're gonna be chilling, man. Lawrence the Investor in the chat, guys. If you missed the podcast I did with Lawrence, it's live on YouTube. You can go and check it out. Hit the like button like I always do. Awesome, man. Damn, son. Yeah, dude, I got a feeling I got a real good feeling with that price action, we're either going to see a lot of red P&Ls today on socials or no P&Ls today, which is usually, means that people were red. But, yeah, that's nasty, man. What's up, guys in chat? What's happening? I see everybody hopped on now. We got the giveaway rolling. Bless you, Boss W. What's up? What's happening? What's happening? Let's go. Got an eval half pass today. Nice. Big news the next 2 days. Hoping for some good PA. Wani4783 says, when are those 5 giveaways for account buying? When are they? Wani, are you in Discord, Wani? I assume you're in Discord. When are the giveaways for these? Hop into Discord and hop into the giveaways channel or in the main channel where I answered that question this morning. But I always keep you guys updated. Discord is home base. I will always try to keep you guys updated on schedule, giveaways, everything that's going on across all my channels, everything. So hop in there, man, and I'll make you do just a little bit of work. Just a little bit of work. It originally was supposed to be winners getting announced today, and the thing was ending yesterday. I may have extended it just a little bit to give you guys some more time because the new accounts from Top 1 came back, and maybe you're like, oh, damn, man, I would have bought some using code RDF. Zach was giving accounts away. Now he's not. We're still giving accounts away, guys, okay? You can still get in. Maybe you like Take Profit Trader. Maybe you're like, hey, Take Profit Trader just dropped 50% off. They've never done that, or that's the cheapest that I've seen in a long period of time. I don't know. Hop in Discord. Giveaways channel in Discord. All the answers that you seek are there. What's up, guys? What's up? Can't wait for the conference. Yeah, man, I'm hyped. I did it, but I didn't submit the first time. Okay. I'll double check for you, Brian. No problem, man. Conditions below accounts. Traders will fight the market. Got to know when to step away. Yeah, man. There you go. Here's it from another trader, guys, right? Somebody said they're watching people blow up. I hate to say that, and it's not fun. Like, I know it's not fun to watch me sit here and not do anything, right? Like, we want to trade. I want to trade, but are we here to have fun or are we here to make money? Because we can't do both every day. Some days are going to be fun and we make money, right? But not every day. And if we put the priority of having fun and doing something and taking a trade every single day up front, we're putting making money and being consistently profitable below this, right? So putting this up front, which I always try to do with everything that I do. Some days we just got to survive. Some days we got to read the market and go, damn, man, it's Monday morning. It's a fresh week. May, I want to start making some money. I got some fresh accounts, right? Or maybe I'm trying to come back, whatever situation you're in, and the market's not doing anything. Let me just not do anything stupid. Let me just sit patiently. How long can you do that? How long can you survive, right? If the market was just tough to deal with today and that's what you were doing, I empathize with you. I feel you. Or different people, right? I'm not talking to anybody specific here. But you got to try, everybody. And I struggle with it as well. I struggle with it. We got to try to just say, hey, dude, this ain't it. This is just choppy. Like, it's not it. And if you get involved when that's happening and you look back, it's a very frustrating situation. Very frustrating situation. Yeah, man, this is crazy back and forth now on YM. They're taking turns here. I mean, if ES just runs today, like, that will have looked pretty clean. NQ was nasty back and forth, dude. It's still continuing. It's still continuing back and forth. It kind of looked like it was going to break out there finally at 11:13, but I don't know. If it comes back down through the lows, that would be really insane. Not insane. It would just be really, like, indicative of what we're talking about here. Anyway, that's what we got going on, guys. Can't wait for the conference today. Don't know how Discord works. Don't see the form. It's pretty basic. I can't give a Discord how-to right now. It's pretty simple. It's the same way that Discord works on every, spot. How do I join the giveaway? Discord link. Just look around, guys. Just look around for a second. You see where on the screen it says giveaway form live? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like a jerk, but I answer so many questions over and over and over again, and the people that are here every day, I'm sure, are tired of listening to it. Says the links in chat, right? If you click on the pin link where it says all links, you would find it at the top there. If you scrolled for 2 seconds, you would see giveaway form is live in chat, and you would see the link to the Discord right underneath that. And then when you get in when you get in the Discord, you would see that there's a giveaway channel. It's at the top. It says giveaways. And in that channel is the giveaway form that I just posted. And I said, hey, it's going to be active until 11:15. Which we're coming up on right now. And I'm watching some liquidity come off as ES is starting to turn back down. I don't know, dude. It's all over the place. I'm probably not going to do anything crazy here on YM. Probably not going to do anything. Probably not going to do too much crazy here, guys. Coming up on 11:15, guys. Last chance. Last chance. Get the form filled out, and we'll get ready to run it. We'll get ready to run some ducks. And for those of you guys that are new, the duck race is just a random name picker. A lot of headlines dropping, guys. More and more headlines dropping here. A lot of headlines dropping here, guys. I'd be cautious. Trump says he has a positive call with Russian President Putin. We have massive oil. Iran war will be over soon. We'll hit Iran like they have not seen if a deal is not reached. Okay, so some of the comments coming. All right. We're done. Giveaway form is going to be closed out right now, guys. That's enough time. It's 11:15. We're going to get somebody funded with a top 1 account. Shout out top 1. Appreciate everybody for hopping on. Appreciate you guys that are participating in the giveaways. Y'all are awesome. If you spam the form, just to be clear, because I didn't say this, and I like to say it every time, even though it's on the instructions. If you spam the form, if you fill the form out with more than one name, if more than one person in your household fills out the form, your mother or your brother or your sister or your grandma or any of that stuff, you're not only not going to win the giveaway and be banned from all of the future giveaways, you're going to get banned from every prop firm that I could possibly get you banned from. Okay? So please don't do that. I've been so nice in the past. I haven't done that. I've given everybody second chances, but my patience is run thin from people trying to get over on everybody else. So just to be clear, when we get to that point, you have to have followed all the instructions. You have to follow whatever the instructions are on the form. I'll double check that. Don't go anywhere because we will probably have to run it again. People have not been following the instructions. So, we have our ducks in a row. My ducks in a row. Your ducks disheveled, disorganized. That's stupid meme. All right, let's go. Good luck, everybody. 3 minutes on the clock. Yo, let's get these ducks paddling. My comment didn't post. I didn't see. Did my chart die? I don't know. Join Discord for giveaway entry. Yes. I spent the weekend feeding my duck. Nice. Ready. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see who's gonna take the W today. Let's see who's getting funded with one of these new Elite Daily accounts. Let's see who's taking the Dubski today. The Duck Dubski. Appreciate you guys hopping on as always. Some quick updates while we're waiting to see who's taking the win. First and foremost, this is for a Elite Daily account from Top 1 Futures. If you want to check it out, link is pinned to the chat. Feel free. You don't have to wait to win an account. If you want to use code RDF to get yourself the best deal at any one of the top firms that you see scrolling across the bottom of the screen, Lucid, Take Profit Trader, Tradeify, Top 1 Futures, or Alpha Futures, you not only get the best deal, you also get entries to win more accounts, more duck races. You can hop in Discord, which is pinned in the chat, and get all the details there. As far as my streaming schedule, I'm usually here every damn day, 100% free on YouTube, Kick, and X, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. This week, I am here today and tomorrow. Looks like a boring no-trade session today. I love to have a boring no-trade session when the market does what it does. I don't have to waste money. Tomorrow, we'll be back at it live, 9:15. That'll be it for the rest of the week. Be headed out to the ASFX in-person Tampa, the conference. Super excited about that. Should be fun. I'll be live trading out there. Just not here on YouTube. Keeping you guys updated, of course, in Discord on all the fun stuff. Hope to see you guys in there. Let's see who's got this one. Remember, don't go anywhere when somebody wins. We got to make sure they weren't scamming and spamming. We got to make sure they weren't pulling any games. Hero Crypto, T1W. First things first. Are you here? Are you here in Discord? Oh, excuse me. Are you here in the live chat? That's number one. Number two is, did you follow all the rest of the instructions on the form, which I'm about to find out right now? Let's see. Hero Crypto. Let's see if you followed the instructions here. I don't think so. I don't think so. Why, man? Why? Why do we gotta run it back? Why do we gotta run it back? I think we're gonna have to run it back. We got a W, but I can tell already. It's gonna be the scammer spammer. Didn't follow the instructions. Come on, guys. What's good with you today? Why do you make me do this? You guys, man. All right. Round two. Not only is the person not here, he also did not follow the instructions on the form. Guess what we're doing? We're going to run it back. I tell you guys not to go anywhere. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. 3 minutes on the clock. We're going to run some ducks. Second chance. Round two. 3 minutes on the clock. Let's see who's got this one, guys. Ugly market. Ugly back and forth, choppy, consolidating market. Can't decide what it wants to do. Crazy work. What do you got going on, chat? Yeah, my duck is invisible. No. Bread. I don't know what you guys put as your names, but that's what we got. For a break. No, we run it back, man. We run it back. Well, were you close? Maybe you were second. We run it back. Sorry if you were close and, you were second place, but we run it back. Feed your duck. Full port duck. Yeah, guys, you probably did everything right. You could just see, like, half the ducks are not on the screen. So, if you don't see your duck, it's because he hit his stop loss really early. That's what we got. That's what we got going on. So everybody that fills the form out, if you filled the form out, you're on here. My duck's sleeping. Feed your duck was funny, though. That was really funny. Let's see, 60 seconds to go. Let's see who's getting funded with an Elite Daily account. I want to see you guys taking payouts from these, man. That's what I really want to see. Remember, guys, if you want to check out the 2 heavy deals that are running today, we got Take Profit Trader dropping a deal that I've never seen from them before, and we've got brand new accounts back from Top 1 Futures. Code RDF going to get you the best deal at all props. Link is in there. Let's run it. Let's see. 7 seconds to go. 30 MD30. Ah, taking the stop out. Adam Daz. This dude's won before. We got multiple people that have won multiple times. Let's see. Let's see. Adam. I would be shocked if you didn't follow the instructions. Adam Daz taking the W here. Let's see. Let's see. Adam, did you follow the instructions? And are you here? Hang on, chat. Chat, big chat. There he is. There he is in chat. We got a W. There we go. We got a W. W's in chat. Adam Daz. Welcome. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for following instructions. Hero Crypto. There we go. Number 1, you are not here in chat to claim it. You have to be here in chat on the live stream. Number 2, you weren't following on Instagram. You weren't following on Instagram. So both of those are the instructions that you did not follow. Sorry, man. You gotta follow instructions. They're very, very simple. I try to keep it clear for everybody. Adam, taking the W, getting funded with a Top 1 Futures Elite Daily account. If you guys want to check it out, link is in the chat. I've done both of them. Hero Crypto, no, you did not. And I will confirm that with you. I have your email, and I'll shoot you an email with the screenshot that I took as I checked, with the timestamp. Okay, my brother? I make sure that I keep it 100% fair with you guys. I will do a double check over, and if somehow I am proven wrong, I will make sure you get an account. But number 1, you were not here in the chat, and number 2, you were not following on IG, which was part of the 4. So I'm more than happy to double check for you, but I will send you some screenshots through email so we can confirm. Okay, my brother? Appreciate you guys for hopping on. As always, back and forth type of day here on YM. Let me go ahead and get rid of this. No trade on the live session for me, guys. Looks like we kind of want to take off. I mapped out one of these. Here. If I had to take something today, this was it. Off of VWAP, pushing back up. Not my trade. No mean reversion style trade for me. Just didn't present itself. Now holding VWAP, starting to push to the upside. Maybe we want to break and run. A lot of headline news. A lot of headline volatility coming out in these markets. NQ trying to make a run for the hills here. ES continuing to push to the upside. ES looking the cleanest out of all of these. Really. But that's what I got for today, guys. That's what I got for today. How do you feed your duck? Now he's joking around, man. He's joking around. My name was not there. I followed all the instructions. Yeah, bro. Sometimes your name is not there because your account is, your duck is so far off the screen you don't see him. If you filled out the instructions, your name was there. You guys are funny. You can't actually feed your duck, guys. You guys are funny. I want duck for dinner. That's funny. That's really funny. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I appreciate you being here. Hop in Discord for more giveaways. Hop back on the live stream tomorrow. We're going to run more giveaways. We're going to run more duck races. I'll see you live here tomorrow and not live the rest of the week. Last live session is going to be tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday only. Appreciate you guys for being here. Quick disclaimer. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I do not provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you always do your own research, make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even if funded prop from accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer. This is I stand to make money from links and codes in my content. Like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Can't be unbiased if I stand to make money, which I do. Important for me to note that, for you to do your own research and make your own decisions. Appreciate you guys for being here. Have a safe rest of the trading day. Structure and accept your risk. Pay attention to these headlines, guys. Talk to you guys soon.